Hi, I'm Dr. Renee Turchi, Plymouth Whitemarsh High School Distinguished Graduate and Pediatrician at St. Christopher's Hospital for Children, and you're watching CITV.
We're very proud to say that over 430 students received academic awards this year. Everyone was invited to this assembly, and we like to use a different format. So today you're going to experience a nice assembly that means a lot to a lot of people, everyone in this room and some of our special guests behind the stage. So before we get started, I'm going to ask Namita Rayo, she is a 10th grade student at our high school, to come up and sing the national anthem. Thank you, Namita.
And bright stars through the perilous sky, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Connie for a few opening words.
Thank you. Great job, Anita. Just want to be brief and, number one, say it's been an outstanding opening here at Plymouth Whitemarsh High School. Hopefully, you've noticed some of the upgrades that we've had here at PW. It's quite remarkable. It's been one of the best starts, the best start that we've had here at PW, and I give credit to a lot of the students in the room here, 430 remarkably. Let's give them a round of applause. A lot of late nights, I'm sure stress on your end as parents, but it's well worth it. And just a quick congratulations to all of you. Such a remarkable accomplishment. You take a look at the handbook and the criteria, such a strict criteria of which students we select for academic awards. So I'm going to move on and introduce once again Ms. King, who will introduce our special guest here this afternoon. And once again, thank you for all of your support. It's probably the biggest parent crowd and support that we've had here in the last 5 years. So that's a credit to you and a testament to our students as well. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Ms. King, who's going to turn over to our guest speakers. Thank you.
So as I mentioned before, when your students were recognized for having the academic awards, we decided to mix it up a little bit. So instead of calling all the students up on stage, we decided to ask them in their years at Colonial School District who's made an impact on them. And then what we did was we invited about a couple of special guests back to talk to you about the students, the time they had with your students and working with them. So again, the results from the student surveys are what prompted us to bring back our 7 speakers today. So without further ado, from Conshohocken Elementary School, we are going to bring up Mr. Chris Speranza.
Good afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Christian Speranza, and currently I teach at CES, and the kids that are in the auditorium today would know me as their 3rd grade teacher from Conshohocken. When I was asked to speak today, I started to think about all the wonderful students that came through Conshohocken and how special they were. And then I started thinking again, I was like, what kind of speech do they want me to give? And I emailed back and forth, and they said, well, you could sing a song, you could dance, you could do a regular speech, you could even do a cheer. And as I started thinking, I thought back to some of the kids that are in the auditorium here today. I did a cheer in my class once, and the principal had to cover my class while I went home and changed because I split my pants. So I'm going to stick with just the speech, I think. So what I want you to do is, you don't have to close your eyes, but I just want you to really think. And I want you to ask yourself, what will I be? Then I want you to think, will I be successful? Just take a minute and think of that. Now, most people believe that having a great job, a lot of money, and even fame equals success. But what we see happening today in the world teaches us it takes a lot more than that. We've all heard stories of athletes or celebrities that have it all, but live very unhappy lives. When asked about what is success, we all tend to think that success is setting goals, taking actions to achieve those goals, and hard work and preparation and perseverance. But to know the complete meaning of success, you must also ask yourself, not what will I be, but who will I be? Think about that for a moment. Who will you be? Becoming successful is also about living a life that you can be proud of, standing up for things that are right, even when it's hard to do so, believing in yourself and in your abilities, trying your best without fear or failure. It is through failure that we learn, and if we learn, we grow. I'm so proud to look out and see all the students being recognized today for their academics. But I also see students who can be defined by the type of person they are, which makes me even prouder. I am confident that you will continue to be academically successful. But remember to challenge yourself to become the best version of you, to make a positive handprint on the world. I want to thank all of my students for challenging me every day to become the best teacher I can be. Thank you.
So we're going to bring a student up to thank Mr. Speranza for being here. And it was funny because I met with all the students yesterday and he said, well, I do remember that he split his pants. And I was thinking, I don't really know if I want to introduce him on stage for that reason, but he did it himself, so I don't feel so bad. So, Jared D'Alessandro, please come up. He said in grade 3, I remember that Mr. Speranza was kind and funny and provided me with memories of cherishable moments. So thank you very much for joining us today. All right, so next up from Plymouth Elementary School, we have Miss Liz Irwin, otherwise known as Miss Jones.
Good afternoon. It is with great honor and privilege that I am here today to speak to my former students who have achieved academic excellence. I look into the sea of smiling faces, and some familiar faces are ones that I see. I see that you've blossomed into such wonderful young adults. I'm so proud of you for earning the honor roll both semesters last year. You are the students who made my passion for teaching explode. As some of my first students ever, you left a very special and lasting impression on me. I can remember your curious and sweet personalities when you first came into 3rd grade. The smiles that you gave me, the stories that you shared, and the advancements and achievements that you've continued to make will forever be cherished and remembered. Your eagerness to learn was apparent in your elementary years, and that has obviously followed you into your high school career. I am going to read one of my favorite books that I read to you in 3rd grade, and this rings true to who you have become. This is There Really a Human Race by Jamie Lee Curtis and Laura Cornell. Is there really a human race? Is it going on now all over the place? When did it start? Who said ready, set, go? Did it start on my birthday? I really must know. Do I warm up and stretch? Do I practice and train? Do I get my own coach? Do I get my own lane? Do I race in the snow? Do I race in a twister? Am I racing my friends? Am I racing my sister? If the race is a relay, is Dad on my team? And his dad and his dad? And you know what I mean. Is the race like a loop or an obstacle course? Am I a jockey or am I a horse? Is there pushing and shoving to get to the lead? If the race is unfair, will I succeed? Do some of us win? Do some of us lose? Is winning or losing something I choose? Why am I racing? What am I winning? Do all of my running keep the world spinning? If I get off track when I take the wrong turn, do I make my way back from my mistake? Do I learn? Is it a sprint, a dash to the end? Am I aware of the time that I spend? And why do I do it, this zillion-yard dash? If we don't help each other, we're all going to crash. Sometimes it's better not to go fast. There are beautiful sights to be seen when you're last. Shouldn't it be that you try your best? And that's more important than beating the rest. Shouldn't it be looking back at the end that you judge your own race by the help that you lend? So take what's inside you and make big, bold choices. And for those who can't speak for themselves, use bold voices. And make friends and love well, bring art to the place, and make the world a better place for the whole human race. We are so proud of you, your parents, your teachers, and everyone from your past. And we hope that wherever this journey or race takes you, that you stop and enjoy the beautiful sights and remain true to who you are. To my Plymouth students, you will always hold a very special place in my heart. And I will forever remember the memories that we created as a PE family. So congratulations and good luck on all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
And one of Miss Irwin or Miss Jones' previous students is Adriana Lynch, and Adriana had this to say about Miss Jones. Miss Jones was by far the best elementary school teacher I ever had. For me personally, I remember going into 3rd grade, severely struggling with reading, and by the end of that year, I had not only caught up to the reading level, but also enjoyed going to school. I can confidently say that everyone that had Miss Jones genuinely loved her. She was just one of those teachers that you get once or twice through your years in school. Congratulations. Thank you again. All right, at this point, those of you who went to Bridge Park Elementary can help me with a warm welcome for one of our retired teachers, Mrs. Fran Miller.
Good afternoon. It's really different being up here looking at everybody from this perspective. Usually I'm in the audience. Good afternoon. It is my privilege to be here, having the honor to speak to such a successful audience who are so deserving of this special assembly. As they said, my name is Fran Miller, and I've been retired for 8 years, but I've been back volunteering and seeing a lot of young children and just loving the school as ever. Since being in kindergarten, way back when, I know that I always wanted to be in a place where I could be around others who were excited about what could be discovered. I found that place after 25 years of teaching students of various ages, including your principal, Dr. Colonial. That place was first grade at Ridge Park Elementary. I was told when I went there that it was a special place. What they didn't tell me is how very special the children were. For 18 years, I watched scared, bewildered, loving children morph into self-assured, knowledge-seeking, respectful students with a thirst for what could be. I thank all of you for allowing your teachers to share for a brief moment in time in a slice of your life. I'm sure you will always be a part of theirs. I know mine will always be a part of mine. They taught me the importance of respect, patience, honesty, and being true to oneself. My hope is that no matter where you are, your thirst for knowledge, no matter what form that takes, is never quenched. Be concerned with how you should live, with the idea of the world as a sort of gift to us, which requires us to notice what we have been offered, to study it and appreciate it. Congratulations, and I'll see you at graduation. Thank you.
And we have Zach Marcus to come up and welcome Ms. Miller. He wrote, "To begin to express the special qualities about Ms. Miller would exceed what are to fit on these lines. But I will say this, that class with Ms. Miller was the very first time I was very excited about the act of learning. She blessed me along with countless amounts of other students that cycled through with set determination to succeed, and always invited us to gain more knowledge no matter what that class may be. And of course, her big yellow school bus that always kept us wondering." Congratulations, Mrs. Miller. And next, last but not least, Whitemarsh Elementary School, we have Mr. Bill Rathgeber.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, colleagues, parents, and most importantly, PW students. My name is Bill Rathgeber, and I'm proud to be a third grade teacher at Whitemarsh Elementary School. I'm honored to be here today as you are recognized for your academic accomplishments. I'm hoping that many of my former students are in attendance today. Yes? All right, good. Keep working hard. I'm proud that you're my students, and I hope that I've helped you in some way to get where you are today. I hope the WES kids remember things like field day, smile mile, kindergarten partners, spaghetti dinner, carnival, third grade sleepover, golf shots, and hopefully all of your teachers. So standing before you here, what possible advice can a third grade teacher give to high school students? Well, I'm not going to try to give you academic advice since you're standing here right now. You're sitting here in front of me. But I want you to remember things that you learned when you're in elementary school. Your academics started at the K-3 level. You learned how to read, you learned how to write, you learned how to count, tell time, subtract, and much, much more. But also you learned important social skills. You might reflect the first couple of days of school when you're in K-3, the teacher calling you up on the front carpet, and you would brainstorm ideas of what rules you should follow to make a positive classroom environment. They might sound something like this. Number 1, be nice. Number 2, make good choices for yourself. 3, keep your hands and feet in unkind words to yourself. Be a leader, not a follower. Be respectful, and of course, no bullying. I know these classroom rules may sound simple, but if you think about it, those are the rules that we should still be following today. Be that person who shows empathy and kindness. Be that person who knows that the world does not revolve around them. Be that person that builds people up instead of tearing people down. If you can remember these simple elementary rules along with your high-achieving academics, you will not only be successful, but you will be a good person. Your beliefs don't make you a better person, but your behavior does. I appreciate you having me here today. I wish you much continued success in your bright futures at PW and beyond. I leave you with this. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Thank you for having me today.
And one of Mr. Rathgeber's special students is Will Salzberg. And Will said, "Yesterday afternoon when I told my parents about this opportunity, memories of how fun and engaging Mr. Rathgeber was flooding in my mind. There was always a reason to be happy in Mr. Rathgeber's class. All of a sudden, little things such as his collection of Pez and golf shots for candy on Fridays came to mind. All other remembered all the fun I had in third grade and the impact Mr. Rathgeber had on my life. I am so thrilled my peers and I can honor you in this special way today. Congratulations. Yes, congratulations. Now we're going to move on to the 4-5 building. So without further ado, at Colonial Elementary School, we have Mrs. Nicole Carbo.
Good afternoon, students and families. Before I share a few words with you, I wanted to first congratulate the students on this tremendous academic achievement. This is an amazing accomplishment and one of the many ahead of you. I am honored and humbled to be here today speaking before you and celebrating your success. For those of you who do not know me, or maybe you don't remember me, my name is Nicole Carbo and I'm a 4th grade teacher at Colonial Elementary School. Things haven't changed much for me in room 213 at CES, but I thought I would give you a few updates. Ralph, my invisible friend, still comes to visit my classroom and occasionally plays a prank on my students and me. I still write on clocks and do math problems on tables. We have the same class pets, Freddie the fake fish and Finnegan the fake rat. My sneaker collection has significantly grown since you've left me, and I bet I can still beat you in a game of knockout. As I sat down to prepare a few words for this event, I found myself staring at a blank page on my computer screen. And that's when it hit me. Our lives begin like a blank book, the book with no pictures. As you venture through life, you hit many milestones and your book begins to quickly fill with pictures depicting these events. Pages become chapters and chapters become volumes. Some of these pictures are embarrassing and you wish they could just disappear. Maybe you had to adjust a few pictures by erasing a crooked line or coloring in a smudge. And then there are those special pictures that fill your book. The ones you have dog-eared and you continuously go back to because they give you a sense of pride that you want to relive over and over. Those are moments like today. Moments you worked hard for. Those long nights of studying and writing papers, which probably put a wrench in your social life. The determination or tenacious work ethic that got you through a challenging class. The times when you had to collaborate with peers or contribute to a group project. A moment when you decided to take a risk and share your unique ideas and thoughts with others. Or maybe it was falling short and realizing life doesn't always go your way. Regardless of the events that put you in this auditorium today, receiving this honor, you have made it. You have persevered. You have put another picture in your book, another page to dog-ear and go back to, a time of pride and accomplishment. You started your life with a blank book, the book with no pictures, and now you are on your way to a best-selling series. I couldn't leave you today without bringing some 4th grade back into your life. So I thought, what better way than to do a read aloud? And it just so happens the book I chose to read is the book with no pictures. But don't worry, I'm not going to read the entire book to you today, just the last few pages. Please don't ever make me read this book again. It is so silly. In fact, a book with no pictures is completely and utterly preposterous. Next time, please, 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 please choose a book with pictures. Please. Because a book with no pictures is just too ridiculous to read. So students, remember, a book with no pictures is utterly preposterous and ridiculous. So fill your book with pictures and don't forget to laugh and have fun while doing so. Thank you, and again, congratulations.
Sean McLaughlin was come up and greet Mrs. Carbo. He had this to say: Ms. Carbo always made the class fun and engaging, no matter the subject. She made each and every student feel special. These things made me and other students not only successful, but happy in 4th grade. Congratulations. Congratulations. So we have to remember that this The teachers we just met were in 4 different elementary schools and then Colonial Elementary School. So as we get into the middle school and the high school, we have more and more students that have been able to experience the teachers that are coming up. So the next person that I introduce is from Colonial Middle School, and a lot of you will be able to give us a warm welcome to... Yes.
A word that means much different to each and every one of you who have achieved this great achievement today. Though the word achievement may sound redundant, the word woo means so much more. For many of you, that's been a word that's been in your vocabulary since you started in kindergarten. Excelling and being able to achieve your high marks and loving learning and understanding how your teachers encourage you to learn and the value of knowledge. Woo! A word that means a little different than some of the others of you who feel like sometimes you work 10 times harder to get that same grade, but yet you want that same distinction. And for some of you today, woo! May have more O's on it because this may be the first time in 10th or 11th or 12th grade you've been recognized because you found your voice, you found your interest, you found that thing that makes you tick. And those grades finally are a proud moment to reach that moment, though it may have taken you that many years. Though only 1/3 of you have been in my classroom and learned 8th grade history, I do remember 22, 23 years ago being in a seat much like you in my high school auditorium. The question I had for myself was not necessarily what does the word woo mean, but more along the lines of what's next. I thought about what to say and trying to be mindful that this day is for you, and reminded the same thing I say at the end of every 8th grade year. 1, be the best you. Doesn't matter how you're different, it just matters that you're comfortable within the self that you live. Understand you have strengths, you have weaknesses, you have things that you can believe in and strive to achieve that others can't even imagine. Be comfortable for the way you look in and out as well as the spirit and character that you hold. 2, love your family. Because whether you realize it or not, as you gain more and more independence, there'll be a time when you'll need to turn back. And as you look around, there are individuals who have dedicated their lives to you as a social being to succeed and excel in so many things. They'll be there on your worst of days, and you can turn back to them. 3, find your passion. You churn and yearn as a young child to try and find your voice and find your way about things. And as you grow older, you might find that one moment when you realize just what I want to do. At 38, I get up every morning and I love what I do. I teach. I found a passion that excites me, and I'm not disappointed when I go to bed every night to relive it the next day. So as I leave you today, internalize to yourself, what does it mean to have reached this moment? It's just a stepping stone for you to, 1, be your best you. 2, to love those people that will always be there. And 3, to find the passion that's within my soul. I'm humbled by the opportunity to be able to be speaking in front of you. I thank you for those who recall me, had a moment in your life. I'm grateful to the parents who commit to their child and the guardians in this room who commit to their child's life and made the Colonial School District special. And as I speak to all of you, remember, every single one of you has the power to continue to make change in this world. Thank you.
Jessica Henry had this to say. Mr. Hankin's passion for teaching has strongly and positively affected many students in the Colonial School District. His stories, comedy, and genuine enthusiasm for teaching has stayed in the minds of so many. He didn't just teach kids to be better students, he taught them how to be better people. People who are not just about their own well-being, but of the well-being of others. He taught students to not be complacent, but to have the desire for chasing knowledge and the constant motivation to grow as individuals. Thank you for imparting wisdom upon your students that will last a lifetime. Very impressive. Jessica. Congratulations again. And last but not least, from our own PW High School, we have Mr. Thomas.
So first, I should begin by saying what an honor it is to speak to you all today. This room is filled with dozens of students that I've taught, and even more people that I just had an opportunity to meet during my time here. In fact, so inspired by you all am I, that I decided to follow your lead and get involved in the social media game and see what's going on the Twitter and the Instagram. So I took a look and saw what was out there. Here are my findings. At MJ Will Suffer says, Michael Jordan is the most overrated player of all time. He's not even top 10. Pippen was the real Batman, and MJ is the Robin. At Laundry Service said, daily reminder, that Beyonce is the most untalented, unattractive, washed up, and conniving pop star to roam the face of the planet. One D Believer Gang said, Stephen Hawking is just crazy. He's not even smart. I don't bring this up to point out that the internet is a haven for haters. We're aware of that. Obviously, MJ is the GOAT. Obviously, Stephen Hawking is brilliant. And obviously, Miss Knowles is the queen bee. I bring this up because you need to know something. Success will always have people trying to tear it down. Everyone in this room has accomplished greatness. You're aware of that. In fact, many people have already paid you many compliments for the success. But there may be people that have downplayed your accomplishments. There may be people that made you feel embarrassed to be great. There may have even been people that have criticized your success. That's why I'm letting you in on a secret. Greatness takes courage. Being the best that you can takes courage. Accomplishing your goal, despite what other people think, takes courage. Academic success takes hard work, it takes focus, it takes intelligence. But I'm telling you, to stand by your accomplishments and be proud of them takes courage. In fact, I think I need to get some verification on this. Jacoby, hey, how you doing? Are you proud to be here today? That's good news. I'm glad that you're courageous enough to say that. Adriana, hey, how are you doing? Are you proud to be here today? Kind of. I'm proud of you. Derek Nam and Justin Ruggiero, the two of them together. Hey guys, are you proud to be here today? Very. That's enthusiasm. I appreciate that. Guys, truthfully, I'm proud of all of you for being here today. And hopefully, all of the rest of you are proud of yourselves. So please remember, if you see anybody putting down a friend's success, be there for that person. If somebody puts down your success, I want you to go seek out a friend, or even seek out a teacher. I guarantee that we're proud of you. We'll be there to offer you a handshake, give you a high five, provide a pound, or maybe even share a dab. Is that still a thing? Do they still dab? Okay. In all seriousness, I'm incredibly proud of you all today. And I challenge you to have the courage to continue to be great. Thank you very much.
Was very excited for me to ask her to honor you today. She said, Mr. Rafferty is a very devoted teacher, but also very relaxed. Our class is small, so it allowed us to get to know him. He would always go deep into conversations, and he had enough time to help us as much as he could with our essays. With our small class, he allowed us to debate about prized possessions. For example, a hat from a white Grace. He also allowed us to get Dunkin' Donuts for the end of the year and was able to remember a medium iced caramel latte with extra sugar and whipped cream. He is the best English teacher ever, and we love him. Congratulations. again. And congratulations to the 7 teachers that were chosen, but to all of the teachers out there who have touched the lives of our students. There were hundreds of students that did nominate tons of our teachers in this district. And just so the students and the parents know, every response that the students provided will be compiled and sent to the teachers, so that although they weren't honored today, they will have a special packet waiting for them to let them know what each student said about them individually. We do it a little bit later in the school year, just when they need that little extra kick, and it makes them smile on a day that maybe they needed a little something extra. So again, thank you. And we have a few more speakers. First, I'm going to bring up Jillian Buxtell. She is the NHS president, and she has a couple words to say to her fellow students. Jillian?
Hi, my name is Jillian Buxtell, and I am the president of National Honor Society for this year. I would like to thank all of the speakers who took the time to present today. We as students are eternally grateful for the way you positively affected our lives. Next, I would like to congratulate all of my fellow students for achieving academic excellence last year. You should all be proud of your accomplishments and know that your unyielding effort and hard work has greatly contributed in making PW a better place. I hope that all the underclassmen continue this upward trend throughout the rest of their high school careers, and that my fellow seniors harbor the dedication and drive that they are being awarded for today and carry it with them beyond high school. Once again, congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jillian. And last but not least, we are going to bring up Seth Alkins, and he is going to sing our alma mater. Seth? As well as Nina earlier today. Before we leave, can I have all the students stand up and all of our parents and guardians and welcome guests, give them a round of applause. Congratulations.